Yeah, I want to talk about male pattern baldness and actually some ways you can prevent it with natural stuff. Cheap, no fancy formulas, nothing special. Um, Now, actually, a lot of times what happens with male pattern baldness, it's a few factors. I know it's hereditary and all this kind of stuff. You're screwed there, right? But a lot of times it's testosterone, which breaks down into DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone, DHT. That's something you got that can actually help create male pattern baldness, and also that also helps. That also works with women too. Same thing. Um, the other thing is that you want to have is an alpha reductase inhibitor, okay, which will help. You want to inhibit 5 alpha reductase, which actually is the enzyme that causes testosterone to break down into DHT. Testosterone's good, DHT is bad. DHT is dihydrotestosterone. Now, there's some vitamins that are good for hair. There's a lot of them actually. I'm going to just say this: vitamin D and E are important, right? Vitamin D3, like the stuff you get from sunshine. Vitamin E, the natural vitamin. But it's simpler just to get a product like this. It contains all the vitamins, all the minerals, pretty much everything. They're chelated minerals. They absorb very easily. You know, I put this product on my videos all the time practically because it's that good. Because, you know, I can't just say a few things and say do this, this, and this. You got to have the whole blend has to be there for it to work. But I want to say some things, if you're short on, that can actually, or some things you could take that could help slow down or maybe reverse male pattern baldness. Now, one of the things you could do is green tea. Green tea. This thing has a lot of good stuff in it besides, you know, inhibiting, as it's a 5 alpha reductase inhibitor, which in other words, that helps to keep testosterone from breaking down into DHT, the bad stuff, right? Green tea. White tea also. They all come from the same plant. Like black tea, green tea, and white tea all come from the same plant. It's like, but you're getting better antioxidants with you're getting a more tip of the leaf with green tea, and a very very tip of the leaf with white tea. So it's like souped up green tea. That's what white tea is. Okay. Now, just to throw this in here, red tea is from another plant. It's not from the tea plant itself. It's from a bush. Now, this may actually help, possibly, but there's no information that it could help. But you know, they've been using this for thousands of years. But I just want to say the one you really want to use is green tea or white tea for inhibiting the breakdown of testosterone into DHT, which could help. Which DHT is the thing that could actually help cause male pattern balding. But you know, also when testosterone breaks down into DHT, it's bad for the skin. So you know, a lot of times, you know, having these 5 alpha reductase inhibitors are good for women too, especially when they're going through menopause. Okay, because there's more testosterone balance available at that time, and that's actually what causes women to have balding too. It's when they have the DHT. Now, another thing that's an inhibitor is coconut oil. I don't know if it says it on here someplace, small letters, coconut oil. That's another thing. The lauric acid, this is a good oil. It doesn't actually like raise your blood pressure, clog your arteries, and that type of stuff. But I went over like a number of reasons why coconut oil was good. But that's also something else that helps keep testosterone from breaking down into DHT, which DHT is the bad stuff that can actually cause the hair, you know, the balding. Another protein out there that's super to take is hemp seed protein. That's another one that will keep the testosterone, help keep the testosterone from breaking down into DHT. DHT is the stuff you want to avoid. Now, the other thing with DHT is it can also cause like the prostate in the male to grow bigger and all that type of stuff like that. It's another thing, you know, besides hair. There's a number of bad things that DHT is. Testosterone's good, DHT is bad. The number one thing they take probably, and this is more popular in Europe, is saw palmetto. I used to brand from Puritan Pride, which is, you know, it's a good brand. It's a pretty good one. I think there's controversy over this because of how well the quality of the herb is. Because, you know, some studies say it works, some studies say it doesn't work. But it's very, very popular, more so in Europe than it is in America, even though this product is mainly grown in Florida and Georgia. Saw palmetto. That's another big 5-alpha reductase inhibitor, which would help keep testosterone, break it down into DHT. Now, something else that can help hair grow, or like it's essential element for skin, hair, nails health, MSM, methylsulfonyl, it's MSM. It's a type of sulfur that the body requires. Very cheap supplement. I'd recommend taking this. Some people swear it helps with arthritis and all this type of stuff. There's a lot of different things. But everything I'm saying here is cheap and actually has a number of health benefits, not just about hair. So in other words, if it doesn't work on your hair, it's going to be healthy, but it should help slow down balding, and maybe it'll reverse it somewhat. But there's another one out there. It's called beta cysteine, I believe it is. I'm going to put it down I forgot to write it down here, but actually in my notes. But it's beta cysterol. Excuse me. It's derived from plants. I'm doing this off of memory. I used to take it all the time. You can get it at swansonvitamins.com, and I'll have that down there in the notes and in the information box. That's another one that's a big-time 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. And also, a deficiency in lysine could be a problem, where lysine is an amino acid, right? It's just a protein. It's an essential amino acid, which means the body can't produce it. You have to get it from foods. Lysine, if you're short on lysine, that could be bad for hair growth, big time too. Another thing. So you might want to take that as a supplement. Now, a lot of times people take arginine, a protein, for a supplement because they work out. But arginine and lysine work together. So if you take a lot of arginine, it uses up the lysine. So you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people take arginine. Well, it's actually there's several reasons. Some of it's for working out because it gives you more oxygen. Some of it gives you for sexual energy and all that type of stuff. Stamina for sexual energy, because it actually helps bring the red blood cells are able to carry more oxygen, I believe it is. Actually, a very big source of arginine in the protein is spinach. You know, you see Popeye, you ever see those commercials or the cartoons with Popeye drinking spinach and you'll see he's strong? That's a big source of arginine. It's a good protein to have, but when you take arginine and you have that protein, it takes the supply, it works with lysine, it uses up the supply of lysine, and the lysine is very important for the hair. So lysine supplement, a protein supplement, they're cheap, and none of this stuff is that expensive. Is probably smart because it's an essential amino acid. And in other words, the body can't produce it. It has to come from foods, and it's very important for hair. So to sum it up, green tea, saw palmetto, hemp protein from the hemp hearts, the hemp seed, coconut oil, which has the lauric acid in it. Also, it's a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. Nature's Way Alive, you should be taking this every day anyway, or something equivalent, or just as good as it. MSM and beta cysterol, and there's another one too, and lysine. So that would be one of the best things you could do for like hair growth. Now I know there's probably some other more controversial things. They have like the lasers, laser combs. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these things are probably around that actually they can help stimulate cell growth. Possibly, but that's getting into a little bit theoretical, and it's something people could look into. I just want to go into some of the basic, smart, inexpensive, nutritional things you could do to possibly help, restore hair a little bit, or slow down at baldness, maybe stop it completely, and at the same time, anything I said here with green tea and some of the vitamins and saw palmetto and coconut oil and hemp protein seeds, all that stuff has a number of health benefits, and you just can't go wrong. So, I mean, if it doesn't work, you're not buying snake oil. And it's not a product I'm selling, but I'll have down in the info box a couple places I get them from, and because it's the best deal around. So, well, that's just about it. So, but I can tell you a number of things, though. All these things have a number of benefits besides helping with hair growth and slowing down male pattern baldness. And the price, you can't beat it. There's no snake oil involved, and I'll tell you my sources, which are discount vitamins and good quality. And like I said, if it doesn't work, you're going to be a lot more healthy. But I think it is going to help a great deal, to tell you the truth. You know, the other side note, though, is also stress. Stress. So, you know, I don't know, you know, actually how do you alleviate stress when you have a lot of stress? You know, maybe it could help with that Soda Instruments BT7 Biotuner, you know, the relaxation device. You know, in a way, if your hair is falling out due to stress, and that can help alleviate stress, you know, maybe that thing can actually help with the hair growth too. So I actually have a video on that a couple places of Soda Instruments BT7 Biotuner. But you know, you never would think that that could be related to hair, but in a way it could be, because it can help relieve stress, and stress can lead to hair loss. So simple things that have a number of uses, and basically a lot of stuff that people strive for. It's like the body is its general overall health. You know, a lot of the big questions too is even about sexual health. You know, people ask about that. You know, what do I, you know, like, you know, people always want to be the best at everything, right? And actually, where that all works is not snake oil. It's all general health leads to all roads. General health leads to everything, hair health, everything. So that's the best way to look at it. General health.